And we are back with episode 2 of Journey to a Million. I'm back with Drew and Jared, obviously. Fantasy playoffs are starting. I mean, we got the game picks and some of our lines that we're looking forward to this week. And yeah, just kind of going over the same stuff as last week.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And as Zach said, I mean, with fantasy, we have fantasy football playoffs coming up. But we actually had an episode air on the Sports Crew 2 days ago about Jordan. He highlighted the fantasy football playoffs in the podcast league, and that's interesting. I mean, Zach and I are both in it. I'm the 1 seed in the consolation thing. I know, not so cool. Zach's the 1 seed in the real bracket, and he's got a nice team. And I mean, he's really got to thank Jordan, for some of that team. And he's got that Austin Eckler guy. And I mean,
I do appreciate the generosity in that trade, Jordan. I mean, it was I don't think Jared's have heard.
Let's hear
Jared
it.
Has heard it.
This is good.
So I got Austin Eckler, and then I gave Jordan Chris Carson and Levinsky Chenault. This was the week before Chris Carson got injured and was out for the season. So
are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was. I think it was just great negotiations on my part, but I don't know.
We'll have Jordan on to debate this trade also. And it was fun for me. I got to see Jared's face light up when the trade was, when Zach read the trade. It was actually one of the greater things I've seen today. So really appreciate Zach reading that trade. But
wow.
That trade did happen. That did happen. So yeah, that Austin Eckler guy is that good. So with that, I mean, we'll get into our sleeper things. Main thing we should really talk about, guys, is sleeper. They're giving out free money right now, free $25 and no deposit needed. All you gotta do is verify yourself and join our league. Join us in our journey to a million. We had a lot of people join us. They wanted to join the journey. Posted it on Twitter. I believe we're at like 12 right now. So it's growing right now. And yeah, I mean, you guys gotta join. I mean, like, it doesn't get better than that. You got deposit nothing. Yeah,
free $25, and it's actually converted me. I'm 100% on sleeper now. I'm done with prize picks, so sleeper is the way to go.
And sleeper,
we don't like prize picks.
Yeah, we hate them. And you know what? Sleeper, they know that. And you know what they did? They liked our tweet. We tweeted out. We're like, join sleeper. Sleeper is the movement, and they 100% agree with us. Shocker, and they liked our tweet. So it's going well. We're gonna strive. We're gonna try to get that partnership. Try to get sleeper on our side, which, I mean, they already are. It's not official yet, So we're gonna make that happen. And
so we can get started in the picks here. I mean, there's only 5 games that have lines out. We're recording this Wednesday night, so it's the Thursday night game has a line out. I think both of the Christmas Eve or the Saturday games, they both have lines out. And then there's 2 games on Sunday that have lines out now. So we're just going to go through some of those.
Saturday is Christmas, Zach.
Christmas, my bad. Right.
Zach's learning his house. Shocker, games are on Christmas. Yep, okay.
I got to look at the schedule again, apparently. But
and this is airing Friday, so we'll be just talking the Christmas games and some Sunday ones, yeah. Because you guys will know the Thursday night lines and how they fared when this airs. So, I mean, you guys let's get into it right away. You guys ready?
Yep.
We're going to start with our Green Bay Packers. Okay, maybe not Jared's, but Zach and I, our Green Bay Packers against the Browns on Christmas, 3:30 game. And they got some lines out right now, and certainly some, I mean, only 2 right now, but certainly some I like. And the one that I really enjoy right now is they got Aaron Rodgers up at 255.5 for passing yards. I think that's really generous right now. What do you guys think?
I have that too. Yeah, that's way too low in my opinion.
I mean,
I do like that line, but they added another one for Aaron Jones. Is like just before we start recording. It's 53.5 rushing yards. So I like the over in that just because he's been getting more workload since he's coming back from injury. So I like that. I think they'll be running a lot. So
what about the Devontae Adams 91.5 as the line for receiving yards? I mean, that one seems a little risky in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know. The Browns are they have a good defense, but if you watched last week's game, that was an ugly game to watch. You never really know with them, so he could have a huge game. Adams could go off, or it could be a running game if they get the early lead, like Zach said, and they could feed Jones and Dillon the whole game. They might not need Rodgers to throw that much. But I think Rodgers gets off to a hot start in the first half, throws to Adams, a few touchdowns maybe 70 yards first half.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think all three are great lines. I just think if I had to say which one was the safest, I'd probably say Rodgers, Jones, and then that. But I think the Rodgers and Jones ones are pretty close. And I think the Adams one is a pretty good one too. So those are certainly some ones. They have nothing out on the Browns yet, which kind of makes sense right now with the whole, with the COVID situation with that team. But what if a guy like Donovan Peoples-Jones, do we think if he had like a kind of receiving yard, if he had some sort of line, is that something you guys want to look into?
He was their number one receiver last week. He got most of the targets, I want to say. I would take like maybe not too much because it is Packers defense.
I feel like he would be like
good.
It'd be like 40s or 50s. I'd say his over under probably be like a low 40s maybe.
I could
Probably.
see that,
but
certainly be one
yeah, it's not a very consistent passing offense, so it's kind of like iffy.
Yeah, I got Packers in this game.
That's not a question.
Yeah.
I don't think. That
Okay,
should be
good.
easy.
I'm just making sure. And also shout out Massey Ratings. They give them a 68% chance to win, so that's pretty cool there. That's actually what
98%.
Yeah. So we'll take it. Could be more, yeah. But this is what actually they have predictions for like high school games too. So this is actually what Robert Schimmick's using to predict some scores. So that's pretty cool. So that's kind of why I just kind of implemented there, because we'll have heard him yesterday. He was on the show talking some EWC boys basketball with us. But with that, we also got to talk about how our picks fared last week. We really don't want to, but that's kind of. But we will for the sake of the show, and all three of us. I believe 0 for 3, right? Did you hit? No,
I didn't. No, I had a 5 pick.
Yeah,
That
I think.
Yeah, you're right. It was. We did go for 3. I ended up hitting on 2 of my 5, so I didn't get anything. I think I just want to make sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I missed by a few yards. Yep.
Yeah, it was a rough week for me. The sleeper really came in clutch with that extra 25. Because otherwise, I was kind of out of money. So, thank you,
Drew,
sleeper.
Our pick didn't
Keep my
do
dream
too
alive.
well, Drew, with Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, that was tough.
It was.
And that Lamb one, I finished with 50 something. He was just shy. Probably I think he was like 18, 19 yards shy of it. Just a little bit, but Zack, we want to talk about how your recent stretch of success has gone, or maybe not success.
It's I think I'm on a stretch like 0 for 9 or something like that. So maybe right now, if you're listening to this for your bets, don't take all of mine until I get on a hot streak again. But I think I had a couple bets last week that I hit like 3 out of the 4 legs, but you have to get all 4 of them on sleepers. So I lost them, but it happens. You can't win them all.
It does. And we're going to keep our record. We're going to share our record every episode. Right now we're sitting at 0-3, but I think after this week, we'll see a 3-3 up there. And that's the spirit we're going to go in with this episode. So let's keep going with it.
Did you want to go over our game picks from last week at all or not?
Oh, our game picks? You want to go over that?
Yeah.
Well, let's go over them.
All right. Well, for me personally, I had everyone correct except obviously Lions upset the Cardinals. No one could pick that really. And then the Buccaneers did upset or lose to the Saints, ugly game. But other than that, I think I was 100%. So 2 wrong I had total.
I didn't write mine down. Zack, did you write yours down?
No.
Okay. Well, we
can write them down this week. Next week we'll have a record for the game picks. So
yeah. I know both of us chose Patriots over the Colts. So I know right there I believe we're at like 3, maybe 4 wrong last week. But
right. I think you chose Colts, Drew.
I chose Colts. Let's
go.
I chose, and then Zack went against.
Yes. Oh, nice. Okay.
I got the Saints one right though. I called that upset.
You did. Big brain. So how about we throw last week out as a test week for that, and then this week, if you guys want, we can do. We'll go with it while we go through these games. We write down our picks, and then we'll share them with also our power parlays fared. So I think that'll be fun.
Yeah,
That's good.
we can do that.
Awesome. So yeah, Chris, starting with the Christmas one, we all go Packers.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
I'm writing her down for me. You guys can write down yours. Okay. Next, I guess we technically have to do Thursday night, but I mean, it's tough because we're gonna usually. I mean, you guys want to go?
We got
over
to do it
Thursday
for
night?
the game picks, so just like pick the game.
Let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
Who you guys going? Titans, 49ers.
Oh, I could start with this one. So the Colts right now are 1 game back of the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
They can get the 2 seed. The
A little
Colts go.
bias
The Titans
again.
lose. No. The Titans have lost what's the record in their last few games? I don't know. It hasn't been that good. They just lost to the Steelers, and the 49ers I think they're a better team than the Steelers. I got 49ers in this game.
Yeah, obviously Titans have been, since Derrick Henry, they've been kind of iffy since he went down. 49ers have been playing well, so I got San Francisco as well. I mean, do we want to go over some lines that we might be taking, or
In the
since it's
Thursday
gonna
night
be
game?
after, we just yeah.
It's tough. I mean, we can talk about kind of what we took,
Yeah.
but I'll just point out one quickly. I like the George Kittle over on the receiving yards, and that's all I'll say.
I like Jawan Johnson at 19.5. He's hit it like the last 3 games or something like that. So I like that one. That's one I like.
Yeah,
I'm not taking anything. Ryan Tannehill, he did hit
Yuck.
the over for rushing yards last week, but I'm not gonna.
that one's an
I'm staying
interesting
away
one.
from them.
All right, so I'm gonna go 49ers in this game too.
So all of us get 49ers.
Perfect. Okay, and now let's move into a game that we really care about here. I mean, it's Christmas game. We got. I have a parlay, a part of this one. I know Jerry really cares about this game too. Cardinals Colts. I really like this game. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And
Should be.
yeah, the one line that stands out is Jonathan Taylor, 106.5 rushing yards. Right now, Sleeper has it because remember, Sleeper is great. They tell us what other people are taking. 100% have taken the over right now on that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just saw a stat. He's got 140 plus rushing yards in 4 of his last 6 games or something like that, which is crazy. But I mean, I think that line is looking good as well. But I think there's a couple other ones that are worth looking at in this game as well.
Let's hear 'em.
With Jonathan Taylor, I kind of want to, before you go into that, I kind of want to state a fact that the Colts are 8-0 this season when Jonathan Taylor has over 100 yards. And I don't think they're going away from that. His last few weeks, he's seen most of the workload. So I would think I also have the Jonathan Taylor 106.5 over as well.
So some of the other ones I was looking at is Kyler Murray under 1.5 passing touchdowns. Just James Conner, obviously has his fair share of rushing touchdowns. As we all know, he's like second in the league or something like that. And then Kyler Murray is also like he can run and stuff like that. But then Zack Pascal over 21.5 receiving yards too.
That low?
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
I got one again. I mean, I want to update T.Y. Hilton. Remember we talked about him last week? His line was, let me look at this. I don't even know what it was. It was 33.5, I think it was. And people took the under. And I mean, it was under that. And now Sleeper, they move it down right now. They move it to 21.5 receiving yards. And right now, 72% of people are liking that. They're taking the under. They're gonna go under on that. And that's kind of bold. And I don't know. We'll see. That's an interesting one to me.
If you're taking Pascal, what is it, over 21? He's receiver number 2 right now, as Hilton's not getting any targets. So I could see that, but Hilton last game had like 1 catch, I think, the whole game. It's just sad.
So we talked about this earlier in the week. We decided to wait to actually talk about it until here. But like, as you're a Colts fan, Jared, what do you think of Carson Wentz? He had like 12 passing attempts and like 57 passing yards.
Yeah.
Like, I have him on fantasy, so I want him to pass more, which would be great. But like, do you think that that's something they can continue the rest of the season into the playoffs if they make it?
Well, right now with Taylor, you're going to feed him, like you said, but it's hard because when a team like the Buccaneers shuts down Taylor, they're one-dimensional. They don't have a pass game at all. And Reich he showed that he does not trust Wentz at all in high pressure moments like that. He threw an awful interception last game, even against the Patriots. It wasn't to anyone. He threw it right to the Patriots defender. I think it's okay that Taylor's getting his yards. Just seeing all their games, I can just tell that like you don't trust Wentz at all. Like he's good, like maybe first half, but when the moment's too big, he's not stepping up. So you give it to Taylor in the high stress moments. So I like what they're doing with that.
Do you think that's more like? Do you think it is all on Wentz and like Reich not trusting Wentz, or does it also like partly their weapons? Because obviously, Michael Pittman's their top weapon.
Their weapon.
Yeah, like
they don't have weapons. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that kind of plays into it a little bit too?
It definitely does. If they would draft, not even draft, just if they'd trade for a great receiver, they got money. Just get like an Odell when he was on the market, bring him in, someone like that. They would have a lot more of a double threat with passing as well.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of high-end receivers in this upcoming draft, so maybe they'll scoop one up in the first round. Or I guess never mind. They don't have their first.
They don't have one because Wentz has 75% of the snaps or more, something like that. It was so the Eagles got that pick.
Yeah. So maybe they'll get some second round or something like that. But
yeah,
I'm assuming you're happy with the Wentz trade though.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'd have Jacob Eason who threw one pass, threw an interception. He's out of the league. So we needed a quarterback at that time, and Phillip Rivers was not getting the job done. So.
Now he's coaching football. Yeah. But I'm actually let's go. You guys want to go to our game picks then for this game?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'll start here. I'm gonna go Indianapolis. Why not? I mean, ride JT. Let's go.
My pick with that. Same.
Yeah, I'm going to Indianapolis as well. Feed JT early and.
I mean, Cardinals are coming off of a loss to the Lions, 21 points or whatever. I mean, you don't know what they're really.
They've been looking not as great recently.
Also,
maybe
Colin Cowherd ended up putting out of his top 10 teams, right? And Cardinals were 9 and Colts were number 5. Packers were 1, just so you know. But I was surprised by that.
He does a lot of interesting stuff, as we know. So, shocker there. All right, they got 2. Okay, on sleeper. We got 2 Sunday games we can talk about in terms of picks, and then with the other ones, we'll still do our game picks and we'll do all that fun stuff. We'll throw out some lines, that hypotheticals, all that good stuff. First one here is actually a really good one here at noon. Patriots and Bills. That'll be a lot of fun. I mean, that's AFC East right there, so some good stuff. And they got looking at the lines, a lot of Bills. It's all Bills actually for the lines right now. And I mean, just looking through it, the one that they highlight at us, they throw out a Stephon Diggs, 70.5 for receiving yards. So I don't know. What are you guys thinking about that line and that game in general?
Jerry, I think you made a bet on this, right?
I did. And this game means a decent amount. Now, I hate to keep talking about the Colts and all, but the only way the Colts get the 2 seed is if the Titans lose 2 of their next 3, Colts win out, and then the Bills need to win this game against the Patriots. I don't know why that works out the way it does, but the Bills need to win. I have Diggs over 70.5 yards. I think he's going to have a big game. I want him to have a big game, obviously. So I'm going with the Bills in that game in general, and then that pick as well.
I'm also going Buffalo, but for the line that I kind of was looking at in this game is Emmanuel Sanders under 30.5 receiving yards. He's questionable to play as of right now. I mean, we'll obviously see how he progresses through the rest of the week and if he plays or not. But even just looking at before he got injured and missed last week's game, he wasn't doing a whole lot. He'd have 1 or 2 catches for maybe 20 yards. So I like that under.
If a player doesn't play, does it just go as a DNP? Or does it go on the under?
No, DNP.
Okay.
And it gets refunded.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. looking at it, a line I would take here. I'd take the over on the 22.5 completions for Josh Allen. I think going off what Jared said, I mean, having if Stephon Diggs has a big game, like I'm looking through some of the pass attempts that Josh Allen has had this year. Some of the big numbers, 54. And then obviously against New England, it wasn't as much with the win that game. It was only 30. But I think this time, we're going to see something in the 40s like we've seen this year, 42, 47, 43, like some big numbers. And, with like having that many pass attempts, I mean, odds are he's going to get above that, get that over on the 22.5.
He had 54 pass attempts?
Yeah, that's what this says.
Wow. Who was that against?
That was against Tampa Bay. 36 for 50. Yeah, 36 of 54.
Oh, wow.
He like 12 carries that game too. Like
he did 12 for 109. Yep.
Yeah, he had a huge game.
Yeah, that was wild. But I'm going Bills here too. I will make it fun maybe in a few of these games, but so far we're pretty, we all got the same idea here. So, you guys want to go to the next game? Raiders Broncos, the last one we really got picks for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So, looking through it, the two lines they throw at us a Josh Jacobs, 53.5 rushing yards, and a Jerry Jeudy, 43.5 receiving yards. So, I mean, I don't know where you guys sit on those. I wouldn't try anything with either of those. I feel like, I don't know, the risk there. A lot of people are actually going the under on Jerry Jeudy. So that's interesting.
I think they added some more lines too, like right before we start recording, because there's a Josh Jacobs, 24.5 receiving yards. I'm going to take I like the over on that. I don't know, depending how my lines stack up, might have to take that one. And then there's also Javonte Williams, 2.5 receptions, which I like the over on that as well.
Zach, what happened last time you took a running back with receiving yards?
Ooh.
So this is different. I've been looking at the last 5-6 games, and both of them have hit it in 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 4 or something like that. So that's why I like that.
All right. And then game picks. What do you guys think?
That's a tough one. 7-7 AFC. Raiders beat the Browns barely. A hurt Browns, shorthanded
COVID.
Browns team last week. On a game-winning field goal. Yeah, but the Broncos also lost to the Bengals last week. It's going to be a back-and-forth game. I'm going to take the Raiders by 1 score or less, maybe like a 3 to 7 point game.
I'm going to take Denver. I think they lean on their 2 running backs like they have all year, and they carry them to the win.
I'm going to go Las Vegas here too, or with Jared here. And I'm just looking through what they're saying percentage-wise, and the website, Massey Ratings again. They go 61% Denver, 39% Vegas. But I'm going to go the Raiders here. So there we got a little bit of toss-up now, so that's good. And I guess those are kind of all the games that they have thrown at us on Sleeper right now. But we also just want to highlight some other games then, right, guys? You guys want to go to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we can finish through them all.
Let's do it. Starting in Atlanta, we see the Detroit Lions at 2-11-1 visit the Falcons 6-8. Detroit, of course, coming off that big win. So what are you guys thinking there? And
I would like to say that Detroit is 2-3-1 in their last 6 games. Got to ride the hot team. I'm gonna go with the Lions here. I don't care about anything. I'm going with the Lions.
You go for it. I think Jared Goff he's got put on COVID list yesterday or today. So I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
I'm going Falcons.
I don't know who their backup is, but I don't know who their backup is, but that could be
the elite quarterback Jared Goff, 2-11-1, right? They need him,
Hey, he had a pretty good game last week. Didn't he just win NFC Offensive Player of the Week or something? 2 weeks ago?
Sure.
I don't know.
Did he?
Is there any players you guys are looking for as far as Lions in this game, or you're just kind of staying away from it?
No.
Maybe a Kyle Pitts receiving yards or receptions, but that's kind of tough because he's been inconsistent. I really like Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
So might have some bias there. But again, depends if Goff's the one throwing. If Goff is not the one there, I am definitely not really gonna take a line there. Maybe I don't know. And is Swift? How's Swift?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, he might have a line.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not much.
I think
there.
I'm kind of staying away from this game.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Looking now, the next game I got on here, we got Tampa Bay visiting Colin Ratzak's Panthers. So I don't know how you guys feel there. I mean, of course, I think Tampa Bay is the heavy favorite there. And, Tom, with Godwin out for the year, I don't know. There's like a Tom Brady passing yard line. How do you guys feel about that?
Is Mike Evans playing?
I
think AB is back this week.
He is,
He's still questionable. I think AB will have a big game, but I'm not really sure how I do the Tom Brady passing yards. It probably depends what the line is.
Yeah, for me too. Fournette's out though, I think. So I mean, he's doubtful. So
yeah, he is.
That's something maybe. I mean, maybe we see Tom Brady throw more, but I mean, he throws a lot already. So I don't know how I feel about that one.
I stay away from Tom Brady.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm assuming we're all taking the Bucks.
I'm going Bucks.
Yeah, me too.
Perfect. Right. Next game we got Baltimore at Cincinnati. So that'll be two 8-6 opponents there face off.
Cincinnati's favored.
They are. They're actually not on here. They're favored, or Baltimore's favored. So
are they on the NFL schedule? It says Cincinnati's favored. I can look at if it shows a line for this game. I don't see one.
Boy.
Let me see. Oh, awesome. It does. Okay, it says Ravens 54% actually. So the Ravens are favored by a little bit.
And do we know, Zach, do you know anything about Lamar Jackson's status? Is he still kind of like, I mean...
I think I saw a tweet earlier today that he didn't practice today.
Oh, boy.
But obviously it's still, 3 days away.
Yeah.
But Huntley has played really well, so...
He had the most fantasy points out of any quarterback last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, what do you guys feel? How do you guys feel like if he's starting, there's some kind of line for him, maybe like, I don't even know, like rushing yards? Would you be taking anything like that? I mean, I know, granted, it depends on how much it is, but I think like anything, let's say 40.
Or a Mark Andrews receptions, maybe, because he targeted him a lot last week.
Yeah, it seemed like he was almost looking for him, yeah.
Yeah.
But those could be some interesting ones.
I think I would consider like a passing yards, maybe. I don't know about rushing yards, just I don't really like doing rushing yards with quarterbacks just because it depends on a lot of, like, obviously their protection and then
a lot of luck.
So, yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that game? Who do you got? Zach?
I'm taking Cincinnati.
I'm going to say the same.
I'm going to go Baltimore. Let's go. In Huntley we trust. Let's go.
Baltimore, they've lost like their last 3 of their last 4 or something like that.
Well, they like to go for 2 to win the game, so that's my excuse. So how about that?
Let's see. Their last few games, I
don't want to talk about it.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
All right, this game, next one I got up here, LA Chargers visiting Houston, 8-6, 3-11. I got Chargers. I'll just throw that out there right away. I think we all do, but I mean, I don't want to talk for you guys. So, what do you guys all think about
Zack? But I'm taking Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Chargers blowout.
Yeah. I don't know any lines. I mean, Eckler, we know now is on COVID too. So, the COVID list, right? So, I don't know how I feel about any really lines this game. Maybe like some Herbert or like Keenan Allen. Like Williams.
I was thinking maybe like a Herbert passing yards over with Eckler out, but then again, if it's a blowout, they might not be passing a lot, so that's where it kind of becomes iffy.
I don't see anything really in this game.
I agree. Let's move on here. We got LA Rams visiting Minnesota, so that should be a good one. Minnesota hosting the Rams. Hopefully, they play better than they did on Monday night. That was not good for both teams, but how do you guys feel about that game?
So You can go, Zack.
All right. Well, I'm taking the Rams, but a couple lines that I'm going to be looking at is Cooper Kupp over. He's hit over a majority of his games. His overs are around 100, normally like upper 90s, and he usually gets it. But then possibly Justin Jefferson under for receiving yards, just because I feel like Jalen Ramsey's going to be shadowing him, like kind of moving with him around the scrimmage. So maybe it'll open up some more opportunities for Osborne. I think his name is Osborne, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it also depends if Thielen's back.
Last time you said that a defensive player is going to lock down an offensive player, Michael Pittman got ejected. So I don't know.
Well,
I might take the under there too. He did not deserve that. We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, if he gets ejected, I think that's under. So
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
After watching that Vikings-Bears game, I can't. The Vikings, that was an awful game to watch. I'd take the Rams in this game for sure.
I'll go Rams too. So all in agreement on the Rams, sounds like. So that's good. Next game we got here. Ooh, we got a good one here. Jacksonville visits the New York Jets. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Good game here. And it's actually a pretty close one right now per Massey ratings. So
This is the battle for the top pick.
Kind of. I guess if we look at it like that. So it's an exciting game. And I don't know. I'm just looking at it. I'm going to say there's no lines I'd take for sure for myself. So, yeah.
No.
Zack?
Yeah, I'm not taking any lines here.
Yeah, but then with that being said, I'm going to go Jets.
I'm going to go Jets too. Starting Zach Wilson in fantasy this week in Superflex Dynasty. So hopefully he has at least a solid game. Yeah, it's either that or Heineke, and they're against Dallas. And last time I tried starting him against Dallas, and he put up like 7 points. So we're going to go with Wilson.
In Wilson we trust. How about that?
I'm hoping for like 15.
Okay, I got here we go. Next game. Let's move on from that. New York Giants, they visit the Eagles. 4-10, 6-7. Looking at that, I took a Jalen Hurts rushing yards one just for fun, and it didn't work out. It was pretty close. Was anyone, Jared, were you part of that too, or?
I was, yeah. I had rushing yards, a little short, like 10 or 15.
Tough. So yeah, as Zach said, rushing yards on a quarterback seems a little risky, and it did not pay off. Luckily, it was like $1 or something. I think it was, and it was, yeah. So whatever. But looking through that, I don't know if there's really any line I would take in that game. Are you guys feel the same? Yeah.
I would take a Miles Sanders over rushing yards. He hit the over huge last game, so I couldn't see that.
Yeah.
Again.
I was looking at that too, because after the beginning of the year where they only ran like 10 times a game, they've really been committing to the run recently. So
I'm intrigued to see what that line opens up at is for me, because he's hit it so much, like he's easily hit it the last few games. I want to see what they bump it up to, and that kind of make my decision made for me. So we'll look at that.
What do you guys think it would go up to?
I would say around maybe 85.5. I'd take the over on Miles Sanders because I think last week he had 131, I think exactly, because I had him on my fantasy team. So yeah, anything above 85 or so, I would take an over on him.
Yeah, I like that too. Actually, yeah, I'll take an over on that one too. But that's if hypothetical and yeah, just looking.
I have a feeling it's going to be like upper 60s, maybe low 70s. It was 53.5 last game.
And he beat that. I think he had that in the first half, I think.
Yeah, he did, but I don't think it'll jump up like 40 or 30 or 40 yards, I think it'll be upper 60s, maybe low 70s.
I can see that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Picks for that game then?
Got Eagles.
That's the Sanders. Oh yeah. I got
Philly
as well.
Yep, Philly. Good stuff. Okay, look, we got a few more games before we'll wrap this thing up. We got Chicago at Seattle. That'll be interesting after that Bears performance we saw last Monday. Certainly, I'm staying away from any of those lines for the Bears. Just even with David Montgomery, not worth it for me.
That was a hard game to watch, but Seattle also just lost to the Rams too, they fought hard in that game. It was close, but I got Seattle in this game.
Yeah, I'm not happy with Russell Wilson just because, past betting, he wasn't even close. But I like maybe a Justin Fields over in passing yards or a David Montgomery over in rushing yards. So I'm going to be looking at both those once they come out.
What happened to let Russ cook?
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. So I took a bet of over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and he was cooking ramen noodles.
Without water, right?
Yeah, he didn't have any water or nothing in there. It's just the noodles. So he had 0. And absolutely, yeah. But I'm going to take Seattle.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it. I thought you were going to do it.
I was thinking about it. I was
ready.
Upset.
Okay,
is it really an upset? They are 5-9, so it's not like it's a huge upset. But
I'll go Seattle.
But
so.
I know.
I'm assuming Seattle's favored quite a bit in this game.
Yeah, they are.
All right, next one we got Pittsburgh at Kansas City. I think this will be a good game, but I think I got the Chiefs. And I don't know about lines for this game.
Well, it depends because I saw Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. A lot of them have COVID, so I don't know how that's going to work. But I think even without them, they still got a good team. So I would take the Chiefs here.
Yeah, I think they're all vaccinated, so they just have to get the 2 negative tests.
Okay.
But I'm looking at Clyde Edwards-Helaire rushing yards because I think when Pittsburgh played Minnesota in primetime, we all saw what Dalvin Cook did and how Pittsburgh's defense is against the run. And then I was thinking Deontay Johnson over in receptions or receiving yards just because I think Kansas City will go out ahead early and Pittsburgh's going to have to do what they usually have to do and pass a lot to catch up late in the game. But I am taking Kansas City.
Nice.
Staying away from Deontay Johnson in that game, though.
Sad. I'll go KC as well. So we got that. And now we got Sunday night, Washington at Dallas. Should be a good game, I think. Other than the fact that Washington doesn't really have a quarterback, so that kind of like ruins the thing here. Is
Gilbert?
Well, is Heineke gonna be back, Zach?
I think so, yeah, because he got COVID like end of last week. So even if he does have the 10 days, I don't know if he's vaccinated. I'm guessing so, just because a lot of players are. But I think he still should be back.
Yeah, and these two teams just played like 2 weeks ago. Like it was that recent. So Dallas took care of their Washington, no problem. Which I'm hoping for a good game for prime time, but
did you guys watch that first game?
I watched a little bit of it. I watched
maybe a little bit.
Yeah, because Washington's offensive line just cannot handle Dallas's defensive line. So it was pretty bad game to watch for
Dallas
Washington's
is the 2 seed right now. I think they're the 2 seed. Dallas is right now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah,
they are.
They are. Because Trent was telling us about how they could still get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Trent Persinger. Yep. Okay.
Oh.
So Washington, Dallas. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas here because like Zach mentioned, that first matchup was kind of tough, kind of underwhelming, let's say. So
me too.
Yeah. I'll go on Dallas. Okay.
Dallas, yeah.
All right, we got one more. Monday night. The red hot Miami Dolphins go to New Orleans and face the Saints. 2 7-7 teams. And we know the Saints came off that big win last week. How you guys feeling about this game?
I'm taking Miami. obviously Saints defense they're probably top 5 in the league, I'd say. We can all pretty much agree on that, but I think Miami's going to keep their hot streak going.
Yeah, I would say, what are they, 6-0 in their last 6? I would take the Dolphins here, although it does hurt AFC if they do have a chance to, sneak into a wild card spot. But the Colts have the tiebreaker anyway, so that's fine. So I would take Dolphins in that.
In Taysom Hill, we trust. I'm going Saints.
I
took the over for his rushing yards last week, and that did not hit out. So.
Yeah, so did I.
I gotta be different.
A couple bets.
I gotta be different a little bit, so I'm gonna go Saints. And I don't know. I think it'll be a good game though. I think next Monday night will be actually a great night of football. So, hopefully we can watch that. Hopefully there are some lines that we see Sleeper put out for us on that. But with that, do you guys want to recap our lines then, or what we have set for the journey to $1 million?
Sure, I can go first. So for my $5, because we just got this $25. So right now I'm sitting at 30 because I had 10. Lost my pick last week, and then we got 25 extra dollars. So take advantage of that. Join Sleeper. Free $25. Just join the squad. Get as many people as we can. So my pick this week, I'm going Stephon Diggs over 70.5 receiving yards. Jonathan Taylor over 106.5 rushing yards, and then Aaron Rodgers over 255.5 passing yards, and I'm doing a $5 contest for that.
And then for me, I'll go. Yeah. I got, like Jared mentioned, I'm at 30 with him here, and I'm going to go. I got a 2-leg one, multi-game bonus, because remember, Sleeper does that. Sleeper's the best, 3.6 times, which is what it is, because it's cool. And then I got Jonathan Taylor, 106.5 on the over for the rushing yards. And then Aaron Rodgers, 255.5 over on the passing yards. We talked about it. We like those lines, and I'm ready to win my money.
Yeah, I haven't set my official bets yet, but I talked about some of the lines that I like. And obviously, if you're in the squad, you'll be able to see my bets, as you can see everyone's bets.
So
but I think I'm currently sitting at 23. I have a basketball one going right now, which
Lost it.
I don't really know a whole lot about basketball, so it's kind of just
did he lose it?
Yes, but
he did. Yes, it's sad.
I did.
Did Connaughton hit his 2 rebounds?
No, Connaughton not 2 assists. Jalen Brown did. And the funny part about that one is Zack put $1 on it. Just he did the opposite of my co-host Jordon Lawrenz. He thought, with Jordan, it's been very tough for his luck so far, and I'm sure we'll talk about it on episode 42. But yeah, not really a good start for Mr. Lawrenz on Sleeper. But hey, they give you a free $25 for a reason to try it out. So you guys should join. If you guys want to see Zack's picks, you got to join the Sleeper League. You're not going to be able to know what they are unless you join. So DM us on Instagram, JordanDrew_Sports Crew. DM us on Twitter at JD Sports Pod, brand new. Follow it. Facebook, Jordan Drew the Sports Crew. You can follow us on there, and you can message maybe, and we'll send you guys the link. And I guess either just DM any of us privately too. So, do you guys have anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Awesome. So
it covers everything.
That's episode 2 of the Journey to $1 Million. So thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Jordan Drew the Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for you.